Two new books by the Gentleman Clubs and Gentleman Club Whisky's own Marc.antomattei, coming soon. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Gentleman's Club Whisky. I'm your host, Marc.antomattei, and recently I've just visited the Hakushu Distillery in Yamanashi Prefecture, which is bordering Tokyo Prefecture to the west. And after I did the tour, I did a little run around the gift shop, and I picked up a few things there that I would like to share with everybody now. So this is what I got from the gift shop. I'm going to start with this bottle right here. This one has nothing to do with whiskey at all, but it kind of does in a sense, because before Suntory was even called Suntory, it was called Kotobukiya, and originally they had started off the company by making this wine, this red wine right here called Akadama port wine. And so this wine is still continued today. As you can see on the front of the bottle, it says since 1907. So this is how long that this has actually been around. But you can see that it's still around today, and now it's called Akadama sweet wine. And it says produced and bottled by Suntory, Osaka and Tokyo, Japan. Suntory, instead of Kotobukiya, which is the old name before Suntory changed it in the 1950s to Suntory. So just because this is part of history, and I've never really seen this inside of any, I'm sure it's inside of liquor shops. Maybe I just haven't looked for it, but when it comes to going to the casual supermarkets in Japan, you don't really see this on the shelf. So this is actually something quite new to me, even though it's been on the market for a long time. But being new to me, I just decided to pick it up, and for the novelty sense of it, and that it's part of Suntory's history. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Alcohol percentage 14%. Okay. Next up, these were two things that I picked up, not necessarily from the gift shop, but just when I entered the premises of Hakushu Distillery. They give this to you at the front. This is a Suntory Hakushu Distillery area guide map. And as you can see, it's shaped like the meeting point for where the tour starts, and also the whiskey museum that is there. And when you open it up, of course, they have these available in Japanese and English. This is the Japanese version, but it shows you around the entire premises of the compound. It shows you where the bar is, the whiskey museum, and the places you'll be visiting on the tour, the mash and fermentation house, and all of these different things. This one right here, this has nothing to do with whiskey, but this is also a map of the surrounding areas. And what this thing talks about, this guide, is about the natural mineral water that you can get from this area. And it also talks about the area that Hakushu Distillery is located in, which is called Minami Alps. Minami Alps is Japanese for Southern Japanese Alps. So it talks about how they follow a process of echo, and where they get the water from and things like that. Let's see, is there anything else on here that I'm missing? There's also a map inside of here showing a little bird conservation area that's on the premises of the Hakushu Distillery when you first come in. There's a lot of nature inside of this area, actually, which is quite surprising. I mean, it's not surprising at all. It's located inside of a forest, but I'm saying they have a bird conservation on their territory there. These are things that I picked up from the end of the distillery tour. They let you do a tasting and they give you all these snacks. This one right here is smoked mixed nuts. Now, you may have seen me review these on a separate video from when I visited the Yamazaki Distillery in Osaka. So these are inside of that video as well as these mixed nuts. They give you two different types of nuts, but not necessarily the same. And they also give you 2 milk chocolate pieces. All of these are the same items that you will be given if you were to go on the tour at Yamazaki Distillery. The only thing that changes is the image on front. You know, the distillery changes on both of these, on both the chocolate and the mixed nuts. I'm not going to taste these inside of this video, seeing how I've already did that inside of the previous one. And lastly, let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. This one is a Glencairn glass that is made specifically by and for the Hakushu Distillery. And it has Hakushu Distillery since 1973 printed on the front of the glass. Now, if you were to go to the Yamazaki Distillery, you can buy the exact same glass, but of course it's going to have Yamazaki Distillery printed on the front instead. So if you're a completist, you would buy both glasses from both distilleries. So I picked up about 3 of these. And this is what this looks like. And for additional money, you can also buy this cap that you could put on the top to close your glass there. You can see how special that looks. And here are my other 2. Of course, they gave me some little plastic bags. They know that people like to keep these as souvenirs. They actually asked me how many did I want. I wasn't inquiring about these. They just decided to give them to me. And they said, how many bags do you need? And I said, just give me 2. So that's that. And I'll keep these as a souvenir. This is something for chopsticks. Japanese people especially know about this. This is made out of oak wood. These are chopstick holders. And on the ends of them, it says Hakushu Whiskey Distillery. And I'm going to show you how to use these. So imagine you're at home and you're getting ready to eat some Asian food and you're going to use your chopsticks. I'm going to show you how this works. This is a nice, clean way to put them down so that they don't get dirty by placing them directly on the table, or you getting the table dirty by dipping these inside of food and then putting it directly down on the table. So this is what you do with these. You turn one of these sideways and you simply lay it down like this so that the eating end that you've been eating with is elevated. And that's how that works. All right. I'm not much of a wine expert, but I'm getting ready to try this inside of this video because why not? No cork inside of this one. It's just a metal screw cap for the Akadama port wine. And why not pour it inside of my nice new Glencairn glass? Nice rich smell, very fruity. Wow. Not so expensive, this one. Wow, this tastes exceptionally sweet. Like it tastes like a sangria, straight directly out of the bottle. Very much like sweet grapes, not bitter, not sour, just exceptionally sweet. I can't remember the price that I paid for this. I believe it was somewhere around 600 yen, which is exceptionally cheap. But I'm going to be on the lookout for this again inside of the supermarket to see if I can pick up another bottle of this, because the way that this tastes, this is going to go quick. I think I'm going to decimate this with my dinner tonight. And after that, I'm going to need another bottle. So there you go. Got your Glencairn with top, the chopstick holder. You have your Akadama port wine, sweet wine. And you got your chocolate and mixed nuts snacks, which is given to you at the end of the tour. But additionally, you can buy these from the gift shop separately should you want a whole lot of them. This is more like a taster, but you can buy a whole package of these chocolates should you desire them. So this is what I picked up from the gift shop of the Hakushu Distillery. Anyways, gentlemen, I thank you for watching this video. Salute to you wherever you may be out in the world. Make sure that you drink responsibly. And as always, gentlemen, keep it classy.